Today we're going to be using this Leica crochet hook and this Kelborn Woolens Germantown. Both the hook and the yarn will be linked in the description box below. So to get started, we're going to pull off a long piece, and when you pull off your piece of yarn, you want to be mindful of which end the tail of your yarn is on. We're going to start by making a magic circle, and in order to do so, we want to take this tail piece and have it facing towards our body, like this. And then we're going to take the end that's attached to the yarn and wrap it around our fingers away from us, like so. And then when you have it there, you can just kind of hold it with the rest of your fingers, and you're going to take your hook under this first piece of yarn and grab the second piece and do a little twist. So I'll show you that one more time, like that. So when you look underneath, you'll see that there's a little twist under the hook. So just for good measure, you're going to grab that, bring it up, twist, and then you will chain, and this is the yarn that's attached to the ball. So if I drop the tail, you can see the tail is down here, and I'm picking up the yarn that's attached to the ball. So I'm going to grab that and just chain one. The first one's a little bit tight, so I like to pinch it. And then once I pull that up, I'm going to give it a good tug, so I make a little knot, get everything adjusted, and now we have our magic ring. So to start the actual granny square, you're going to tension your yarn however you like, and we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And we'll be working this granny square using double crochet stitches. So I'm going to start with 2 double crochet. There's 1, and then 1 more. And the first 3 chains that we did is actually going to count as our first double crochet, even though it's not a double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3 total, and now we need to make our first corner. So to do so, we're just going to chain 2. Some people like to chain 3. It really doesn't make too much of a difference, whatever you prefer. Then we're going to go back into the magic ring and do 3 double crochet. So here's 1, and then another, and 1 more. And now we've completed our second side, so I need to chain 2 again to make another corner because we're making a square, so we'll need 4 corners. So now I'm going to come back and make 2 more sides. Each side is a set of 3 double crochet and 2 more corners. All right, so now that we have our 4 sides, you can see them here. Each group of 3 is a side, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have our 4 corners, and these 2 right here are the last corner. We're going to take the tail of our yarn, and we're just going to give it a nice tug. And you can see already our square is looking a lot more like a square. So in order to close up the last little gap at the end, we're going to stick our hook into the top of that chain 3 that we started with. Don't worry about being super precise, just try not to stick it into one of the other 2 stitches. And then you're just going to join them with a slip knot. So I'll show you that one more time right here at the top. You're just going to pull it through, and then you're going to pull through one more time. And there you have it. We have the base of our square, or like the center little ring. So we're going to chain 3 more to start our second round. And then after we chain 3, because we're coming off the left side of this corner here, we're going to turn our work and work in the opposite direction this round. So again, with the double crochets, I'm going to do 2 more because that chain of 3 counts as my first one of our set of 3. So here's the third one. And then to create another corner, I'm going to chain 2. And then I'll go back into that same corner. Oops. Go back into that same corner and do 3 double crochet. So in every corner of your granny square, you're going to have 2 sets of 3 with a chain 2 in between the sets. So when you're not on a corner, so this corner is complete and I need to move to the next section, all you're going to do is skip over the set of 3 that's below. So you just stick your hook into the next hole, like so, and you'll do another set of 3 double crochet. So the entire square is just a bunch of sets of 3 double crochet. And because I'm working this set into a corner, I'm going to go ahead and chain 2 and make another set of 3 into this corner. So here's 1, 2, if I can get it, and 3. Okay, so now you can see we have 2 corners on top of our corners from the previous round. I'll go ahead and finish this round to make the other 2 corners, and I'll come back to show you how we're going to join them. All right, so now we finished that round and we are going to join them together. You can see we're joining over the side versus joining over a corner, but that's fine. We're going to approach it the exact same way. Stick our hook into the top of the chain 3 and slip stitch that together. And there we have it. The second round of our square is done. We're going to chain 3 again. And you can see here we're starting in the middle of the row. Moving forward, everything's going to start in the middle of a row. So you're going to start by making 2 double crochet. So there's 1 and here's the second one. And then we are going to jump on over to the next section. In this case, it's a corner. So I'm going to do a set of 3 double crochet. I'm going to chain 2 and then I'm going to do another set of 3 double crochet. So now that we're at the end of that corner, you can start to see the idea. Essentially, in all of your side stitches, you're just going to work 1 set of 3 double crochet. And as long as you make corners in all of your previous corners, you'll maintain that square shape. So I'm going to go ahead and add a couple rounds and come back to show you how we will weave in the ends and make everything all clean and tidy. All right, so now that we have our square completed, it looks like this. I'm just going to once again stick my hook into the top of that chain 3. I'm going to slip stitch it together and then I'm going to chain 1 more, give the yarn a little snip. Oh, there we go. And then pull it tight. And boom, we're done. So here's our square. Super cute. And we're going to take the 2 ends that you can see on the back right here and up top, and I'll show you how we're going to weave them in. So let me just go grab a tapestry needle. All right, so here we have it. We're just going to go ahead and thread our needle like so. And we're going to start with the center one. So what I like to do is you can see it's kind of coming from this section. So I'm going to go stick my needle in the next section to kind of continue around the little inner circle. So we're going to shove it this way. I usually like to do it 2 or 3 times. This yarn's pretty sticky, so twice should be good. I'm going to shove it this way, pull it snug, and go ahead and snip it off. So there's the center. And for this one on the end, you can kind of just go wherever. I'll show you how I like to do it, but there's not too much of a science behind this. So first I just kind of go down to get it into the square, and then I go like across a little bit, down, and then across a little bit. So we're going to come down here, come out the bottom, like that. Then I'm going to come in sideways to go over here. So you can see right there. And then I'll kind of do that again, go down a little bit, and go sideways once again. This might be more than necessary. This is a non-superwash wool, so it tends to stay in place pretty well, but you can do as much or as little weaving as you'd like. So there we have it. I'm going to go ahead and snip this end off. And there we go. She is complete. We have our finished square. You can block it. You can continue as many rows if you want to make a giant square. The world is your oyster. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more.